All right, we're going to see. You know?
It's possible I should be able to do it.
I really appreciate hearing that.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing yet.
I know. You're going to get a chance to think about it. I'm not in a rush now. Okay? I've been, corresponding with you for 4 years now. Okay. And I've been really taking my time in the copyright
Okay.
office. It's
So
been very good with me.
I see here we got 2 copyrights from 2002.
Right.
Okay, we got 2 copyrights from 2002. Checklist for Windows Media Center.
That's it.
And Form C for Real Player G2-8.0.
That's right. I've been fighting with that since the 80s. And I didn't get a chance to walk through Hades to get it done until, 2000. And then somebody said if I put it in the internet, I have documented it for copyright once it's in the internet. But I faxed BMI now in 7 World Trade Center. I faxed like 80 pages to them to show them how I'm counting my grandmother's music, Please Love Me Forever, and how it needs to be paid because it's being performed in the internet.
And what did they say?
Well, I talked to Mr. Roth. He called
Ray
me.
Roth.
Yes.
Okay.
He called me in 2006, I think it was. And when we talked, he let me know I was a very smart young lady. I'm like, yes, I'm a smart businesswoman as a
Hold on 1
publisher.
second. Let me just go over to the printer. I printed out
Okay.
information on your copyrights.
All right.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
So when we talked, I told him because they was looking at the faxes coming through, and I told them that you're going to be needing a larger place to be in, from 57th Street, and he assured me that they would be moving and stuff like that. So we had a nice conversation. So I told him, I said, but I really need to pull the edges to this together, and when I do, I'll have a lawyer that will be talking to everyone. And you're it, okay?
I'm the chosen one.
Yes, you are, sir.
Okay.
I love it. You're like Harry Potter to me. Let me stop. And so, at first I was saying that BMI, I would give them like 80% of this, kind of ritual points of paying out royalties.
Right.
But you also have SimSac and ASCAP, and Harry Fox Agency is no joke in iTunes as a point of previews. Those are all performances as well. So as in my head, it got to like a place where my head blew up, and I had to sit one day as a nut in the park and just say, wait a minute, I need a conglomerate business. And of course, Google jumped up. And when Google jumped up, all right, I slid in real deep to say, check this out with me. And then they sent me paperwork and, got me into their supplier database and stuff. And you say, all right, Google with BMI, ASCAP, and SimSac with Microsoft and Real Player can sit down and lay down rules and regulations of an agreement with you that I will, not concede to, but I will read it, nicely and see if I agree with everything that comes to pass and look at what they want to offer.
In order to license your copyright.
Exactly.
Okay, tell me more about your copyright.
Okay. When I sent my copyright to the Library of Congress, they called me back and said that I needed to do more to make this a legitimate copyright. Now I'm like, oh my goodness, they're not going to give it to me. You know, I done worked all these years, and it's a fear now that they're telling me I got to do this and that. They said, no, don't fret. All you have to do is send us a copy of everything that's in the internet on making these copyrights yours. So, okay, I sent them like the hard copy of everything, and then they called me back again, and they said, we need like a CD of everything you send us in a hard copy. Plus, we want a tape, a cassette tape, with your voice on it, stating that you have invented this concept for people to get paid out of the internet. And I said, okay, that took me like a week to do. That was back in like June of 2012. So by the time I got that done, they took it. And by August, I paid for everything along the way with some mishaps. And by August, I got it in the mail. I got both my copyrights by September.
Got your certificates.
Whew. That's a mouthful. For real. And, I'm very proud of that. It's nice.
The way we met originally, I believe, is somehow you're involved with some songs.
My grandmother wrote songs when she was, living. She died in 1964. She had wrote the song that's out by many artists, is Please Love Me Forever.
Doo-wop stuff.
Right, with Mr. Johnny Malone. And in my LinkedIn account, I have it in there. I wrote it in there, I typed it in there on why I came to try to count the music because we were like done out of the
I got a
royalties.
license from you for that doo-wop video series.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you never heard any more from that guy, did you?
No.
No, it died out.
Really?
He made a mistake, and that was he came out with a 4 DVD set.
Okay.
And, later on, he reluctantly agreed to break it into 4 single DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a big difference between somebody buying a DVD of 22 up songs for $5, $6, $7, $8, $10.
True.
Or somebody buying a 4 DVD set with 80 DVDs.
Tracks on it. I understand what you're saying. $
30, $40, $50.
That's right. So you understand when I'm looking at micro cents like that, and then, Fat, the music been out since the 60s with Tommy Edwards and, Bobby Vinton and all. It's rolling really good in the internet. I'm an internet nut. I'm a nerd. So as I look through and I see all these performances in front of you, me, and everybody, I'm like, okay, who's counting this? And I found out that nobody is really trying to count it. When we get our statements, all we see is 0.1 cent, 0.3 cent. You say, what's this about? And then we're getting all this paperwork from
you have a
Harry
publishing
Fox.
Company?
Yes, Harry Fox Agency.
What's your publishing company?
OBCB Music.
BMI.
CMMRA, Harry Fox, National Music Publishers Association. Okay? All right, I'm with most of them. And I know of ASCAP and SimSac. SimSac is starting to pay every month now.
CSAC.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you say, all right, they really going to enjoy whatever comes out of Google as a point of a CD to all their patrons, that they can just grab their money out of the internet. It's not funny when people start using the CD to go into like places like YouTube, iHeart, Last.fm, Zune. Zune is a big concern through Xbox, Sony PlayStation 3, Wii in front of us, that this music industry of Zune is in there, that everybody that can pay somebody to look through the internet for their music is going to have a little something generated as a point of giving people jobs, like summer youth jobs for children, young adults. It's the opportunities are endless. I love it. It's nice. And that's why I said, give us hours off the top Generate this as a SOP of